What's up, everybody? Ryan Zero here. Uh, gonna try to get a little bit of everything in here. So, I only got the 15-minute time limit thing. I haven't got the extension. You know me. Uh, I'll do it eventually. I want to start off with a bit of not really response, but just get back to Lee. Uh, um, on his video about gestalt and proportion, and SMS number one's sort of response towards it came back with basically we've gotten what we've asked for, and let a toy be a toy, and I agree with them both. Classically, if I were to imagine, or if I were to put together my dream list of what a gestalt or a combiner should look like, um, the, it, it's it's a question of, do I want something new or do I want something old, and do I want something a bit of both? And I think that's where Damn You Hussies and SMS number one are, I don't want to say arguing the same side of the coin or different sides of the coin or the other side of the token, or but I think we're focusing on a question that's answered by, okay, let me stop with the meandering. How do I feel about the gestalts that have been released 2013, 2012, basically, which is two that are official Hasbro releases? That being him, right? And him. So, I'm gonna do something I usually don't do. I'm gonna review a freaking robot. Now, mind you, only have 15 minutes, so I'm gonna try to get this in without, and I don't do editing or cutting, so bear with me. Now, if our argument, and the only reason I'm gonna use him for most of this is because he's smaller and easy to deal with. If our argument, let me get the weapon out of his hand. If our argument is proportion, Lee, okay. Now, get the other arm up. Okay. Now, let me get. I knew that was. This is so I don't do this. I wasted 2 minutes right there. Okay. So, for all you guys that do this for regular, bless your hearts. Bless your ever-loving hearts. Because I'm going to do this every once in a while, guys. Just, for points like this. But in general, yeah, stay away from this. Alright, so. Now his foot, let's see. Let me get that in there right. So that, okay. Now, proportion-wise, arm, leg. except for these two faces right here, these two head things coming past the knees, and that's just my transformation of them. I could fix that and adjust that. That's a pretty proportionate. I mean, if you look at it, all things being said, pretty equal arms to legs. You know, if I stand up, my my arm is right above my kneecap, right? That's where my arm is at. So even with the extended arm, here's the kneecap. The arm just goes right past it. On this side, it's right on it. Right on the kneecap. Bam, right? Okay? So we got his thighs, right, to his knees, right? From thigh to knee, right? Usually the length of your arm. But in this case, you know, well, from arm to elbow, sorry. Arm to elbow. So arm to elbow, this way. Arm to elbow, thigh, right? Arm to elbow. Okay. So we go, let's say that's his elbow right there. Would you agree with me, guys, that that's pretty much his elbow area? And if you put it down to the right there, right? Sorry, lower, right there. There's the elbow to the knee. So, if we're talking proportion, it's pretty much proportionate. Okay? And I can show you the same thing with the Bruticus, but he's huge and guapping, and I don't want to take out the Bruticus and do that. So that being said, it's not so much a question of proportion. It's a question of what you personally want to see in a robot, and classically what us in a certain demographic are used to seeing. Excuse me. When I say certain demographic, I would say if you weren't 13 years old, between the ages of 4 and 13, between the years of 1983 until 1987, first generation, all that Beast Wars stuff, and almost even after the second season of the Rodimus and Magnus stuff, I almost got disengaged from Transformers. Like I was 7 in '84, so right at the height of Transformers is right when I was right there. So that's what I mean by demographic. Yes, we want to see we want to see the blockiness, and even my son, who's my youngest son, who's 14, even he appreciates the G1 stuff more than new stuff. Like I buy the Prime stuff, and he's like, "Dad, that's whack. Why are you buying the Prime stuff, man? He's like, man, give your G1 stuff up." He wants all my he wants all my generation stuff, all my Decepticons. I got my Autobots right here, my Decepticons. Right up there on the right there, was my Decepticons right there, and he's on me about my Starscream right there. But yeah, you know, it's a question of let a toy be a toy, and basically what your opinion is. My opinion is let a toy be a toy. You guys see what I just like? Look, right now I have this. Right now this is one of my favorite toys. The damn Constructobots. Anybody that's truly into really transforming their stuff on a daily basis, and that's what you're into, get these. Save your figures and the hand and the stress on the ball joints in your figures. Get these. These are awesome. They transform, triple changers, the Bumblebee and the Blitzwing. And I'm even, when I get the chance, I got the Bumblebee right here. So those of you guys think I'm playing, I am all for letting a toy be a toy and for playing with my Transformers. It's just that and that's what I've come to figure out. That was a lot of the problem with, I think this is the most toys that I pulled off my shelf in a vid ever. I got all my toys on. Oh yeah, by the way, I got these at Toys R Us a couple of days ago. You're wasting time, Mike. Oh, if you see, I'm clearing my shelves because I want to have toys when I look at my shelf, and I think that's the problem with the movie line was that is that you look at the movie line toys, except for maybe like some Human Alliance figures and some of the leader class figures, of course, just because they're leader class figures. And any leader class figure is awesome in my book, because basically, if it's not a masterpiece, you can, if you can't yourself, you can have somebody turn it into a masterpiece with some decent paint with any of the leader classes. Like I love my Buster and my Jetfire gift set. That's like one of my prized possessions. Monkey, shout out, top 10 Transformers. That will be on the list. Next video coming up will be that, buddy. But yeah, I think it's all it's the word I'm looking for, Lee. It's all subjective. It's all subjective. I can't say that if you put a G1 anything, except for maybe the Devastator, maybe the classic Devastator, and that's only because it's Devastator. I can't say that if I walked into the store and seen Devastator for what is he right now, 100, going for 150 after shipping. You know, if you went and found them in a store, they're probably gonna try to charge you 200 if you find them in any store. So let's just so 150 bucks. Excuse me. Or I could walk into the store right now, already got this guy. Okay, but let's say go get the Ruination. They have him. And just look at this dude. I don't know. He's awesome. To me, he's freaking awesome. I don't know why people don't. And I got the Skittles colored one. I'm a customizer. I haven't even put no paint on this guy. I haven't put paint on this guy. Why? Because I haven't got it. I do got two extras. I got a Brawl, and I got the can't remember his freaking name, man. But anyways, I got him and Brawl extra, and I need these three for the extra before I do any painting to him, because I still play with him and I don't want to mess up the joints. But as you see, he's not all, you don't see his legs all wongo, nothing's all loose, but I play with him. So if I seen him, or I seen that Devastator, that G1 Devastator, or even Defensor or Superion, who are my favorites, to be honest, frankly honest with you, Superion and Devastator, and I put my glasses on, I get glare now. Superion and Devastator are my favorite G1. I'm gonna take my glasses off. Are my favorite G1 Gestalts. Okay. Did I just wait? What did I say? Defensor and Superion. Defensor and Superion are my favorite G1 Gestalts. But if you gave me one of those G1 Gestalts and you gave me this one, or the Abominus, or even the new root, I mean, that guy's dope. How can you not? What's the problem? I mean, and that's that I had him backwards, but I mean that's. I mean, you could take them apart. He's little everything. They have good molds. Nothing's trying to, they don't try to fake it. But anyways, I would pick one of these two only because playability. Because if I do need the G1 Devastator to be absolutely truthful with you. But when I do order it, and that's another video that's coming up, wish list monkey, my wish list. I'm gonna make a bucket list for what I want before the end of the year. 10 Transformers or less, so not more than 10 before the end of the year. Niceties of what I want, plus my 10 favorite. It's gonna be for you, monk. Yeah. I would choose him. Like I said, the Devastator's OG, but I'm gonna get him, put him up on the shelf, and look at him, and he's gonna be pretty. Whereas this one, I'm gonna pick him up off the shelf every once in a while. I'm gonna put hands on him. I'm gonna touch him. So on that, Lee, hope I didn't bust any balls. But like I said, I agree with you. It's subjective. I agree with SMS number 1. Let a toy be a toy. But yeah, us as a certain demographic expect a certain something out of our Gestalts. If I had a choice, I'd do a mixture between them both. Like I said, IDW is gonna get it right. They're gonna get it right with this IDW line. You know it's coming. I wouldn't be surprised if the cartoon ends up being based off of that. The sooner we get to that, let's talk about that, guys. So, Orion 0, be good, 1.